What's good, everyone? This is Jay's Raw and Cut Truth, giving you the raw content that you deserve and need. And I'm joined by the OG of new media, Coach Joe. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great, DJ. How you doing?
I'm doing great. It's always fun to watch Lamelo Ball play. Um, in the first half, Lamelo was very aggressive. He was on attack mode. He was dishing it. He was scoring. He was doing all those things. And then when it got to the third quarter, um, you saw him being quite a bit of passive, not to my liking, but the one glaring thing that I saw from LaMelo Ball and the reason why I'm proud of him, he never quit. He kept going. He kept trying to get steals, deflections, trying to set up for his teammates. LaMelo's a dog, man. I know I've said it before, but I want to make it and let it be known. LaMelo is a rare breed. Now, before I go on, Coach, I got to get in on a shine named Kalina Azabuki. And shout out to Unoriginal Truth. He says, came to the cookout with the plastic plates, utensils, and drinks for everybody. Brother came ready. Shout out to Unoriginal Truth, member of the New Media Nation United. So Kalina Azabuki was shucking and jiving on TV, complaining about LaMelo's nickname Melo, and then had the nerve to say he should change it all up because he's copying. But LaMelo, aka Melo, has been doing this his whole life. He's always had that nickname. Coach, why are some of these buffoons hating on LaMelo and complaining about a dumbass nickname?
Well, DJ, let me ask you. You want me to speak about the Azabuki sister or brother, or do you want me to speak about the whole thing?
If you could speak on all of it.
Okay, so let's start with the Azabuki thing. Do you know anything about this person?
He used to play in the NBA. He was a journeyman. He used to play for the Warriors
Is that
back,
the one from Maryland?
I believe so.
He
Kalina
went to Maryland,
Azabuki.
played for the Hornets. I mean the Warriors.
Yes.
Okay, okay. Um, and he said that Melo shouldn't use Melo because it's not original.
Right.
Okay. Um, Jealousy is a natural thing in humans. It's a natural thing that we feel, that we experience, and it doesn't feel good, but it doesn't prevent us from feeling it. We still feel it at times. Um, Greatness always is a target of mediocrity. In the NBA world, the Azabuki brother was average to below an average to below average NBA player. Okay, meaning that he spent most of his career, I think, coming off the bench and moving to the exit of the bench. And so I can imagine that there are former players who don't like LeVar, who didn't like Big Baller, that is uncomfortable in their own skin, in their own beingness, and reached out to express that by hating on somebody they don't really know. So I'm not even going to. I haven't addressed what he said yet because it's absurd and it doesn't need to be addressed because anybody knows almost uniformly throughout the world, everyone knows that family members have nicknames and short names and pet names and every other kind and other ways to express how they feel for their loved ones. And they have a right to do whatever they choose to do. And nobody from the outside can come out, in my view, can come in later and start having a conversation about what that family should be calling their loved one. So on the merits, his argument is weak as Tijuana dishwater, and he can't hide the stench of haterism and jealousy on Melo as a former NBA player. So that's what I think, inside, outside.
Yeah, it's to be expected, OG. So much so I really don't give a damn what they say anymore. LaMelo's proven haters so wrong that all they could do was complain. That's all they got left. There's nothing much else they could do. But
Yep.
Coach, when you saw LaMelo play with sheer effort tonight, as a coach and coaching players for years, those are star qualities that we're all seeing, right?
Oh, this is this is next level stuff. I have on the stream tonight during the game. I announced to the crowd that I am just going to refer to Coach JB as little JB because I can't keep in myself. I can't keep acknowledging that he is an average to below average coach in my mind. And and so he just shows it continuously to me over and over again that he don't really know. He's in over his head. Okay, so LaMelo to me was I loved this game tonight by him because he's figuring it out. He's learning, and you can see his learning. You can see I can see his growth. I can see his just from the first half to the second half and dealing with Curry. I watched how Curry guarded him in the first half and frustrated him a little bit, and how he changed the way he played in the second half. See, this is next level stuff. I got to give Lil JB some credit because on one of his pressers, he talked about Melo, what kind of a passer he is, and when he realized after the first preseason game how special he was, he went on to talk about the three levels of passers in the NBA, and I thought it was spot on. See, a lot of these guys that are sitting on these benches, they know intellectually how the game works and analytically and all that stuff how to do it, but that's not the realness of how you win in this league. How you win in this league, you got to have players. Okay, you got to have the right kind of players to win in this league because it's hard to win in this league. See, and so so JB put Melo in that third category, which is elite. So if you come into the NBA and uniformly everybody says you are elite in something, and a skill set that's important to the game. I mean, that's next level right there, because how many times do we hear that?
Right on. We don't hear that much, Coach.
Right. We don't I don't hear it. I mean, the only thing I heard about Ja Morant last game, last year, was exceptional, next level, was his athleticism. But that's not. But there are a lot of athletic dudes in the NBA. But there's very few third level passers in the league. And he just described as the first level is you coming downhill and you can make a pass from the top of the key to the free throw line and pick out the right person on time, on target. The second level is when you get past the free throw line and you're now in traffic and you can still make a pass, the right pass that leads to a basket. And that's all-star. And then he said the next level is elite. That means you can get to the rim and still, if you can't get your own shot, still make a pass that leads to a basket. And we've seen Melo do that from the moment he got into the NBA. And if you watch the NBA, it's not a lot of guys who can do that. And he's doing that at 19. So if he can do this at 19, okay, what is going to look like in 4 years, 3 years? I mean, that's what everybody's saying. I mean, they're going like, oh my God. I mean, he has next level tools, skills at 19. He's only going to get stronger. He's only going to get more experience.
Coach,
so,
LaMelo Ball is $185, right?
$185, probably soaking wet.
Wow. At 19 years old, not getting fouls, getting roughed up every time. People can't say that's not amazing. That's fantastic. And did you see the Warriors commentators? I can't stand those shines. They were trying to so every time LaMelo does something great, and then James Wiseman does something regular, like that matchup, I'm not surprised that Wiseman had 16 points. The tallest player on the court on the starting lineup was what, 6'6", 6'7".
Mm-hmm.
Wiseman's supposed to have that. Wealth Engineering said last time he checked was 181.
Oh, okay. Shout out Wealth Engineering. How you doing, my brother? I sent you a message.
Truly amazing, my brother.
No, this kid is next level on so many on so many levels. On so many levels. The stuff that he does out on the floor, the little things that he does are so amazing for his maturation. I'm telling you, it flabbergasts me. It blows my mind to watch that kid play in the NBA, and just to play basketball. It literally blows my mind. And I've seen a lot of great players.
I don't know if you picked this up, but one of the commentators are saying, well, it looked like the Warriors and the Hornets made a great decision, right? Trying to convince themselves that they made a great draft pick. Now, I'm sure James Wiseman is going to have a solid career. He's 7'1", finesse player. But goddamn it, I got to say it. The Warriors should have drafted LaMelo Ball.
Well, I can say this, DJ. This was the shortest span of time for the established the purveyors of the NBA to start talking about buyer's remorse. I know that. I ain't never seen you ain't even in the first month yet. We hadn't even been in the first month of the season, and there have been writings and articles written in the San Francisco area by people saying that they had there was buyer's remorse. Wow.
That's crazy.
That's so funny to me, man. That is hilarious to me. And I feel bad for Wiseman, because I'm sure the kid hears it too, and they're talented. Look, Edwards is talented. Look, Wiseman is talented. There's some Will Williams is talented. Halliburton is talented. Quigley is talented. The Anthony kid is talented.
Right.
Sadiq Bey is talented. There's a lot of talented kids in this draft.
Sure is, Coach.
But it's only one Melo.
One Melo.
It's only one Melo. See.
Coach Maurice Hamrick says, DJ, can you ask Coach who's the greatest rookie you ever seen? That's a good question.
Oh, wow. Greatest rookie I've ever seen.
I'm a guess, but I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah. Well, I have to qualify. Okay. And I'm sorry if I'm equivocating. I'm not trying to evade, but they're not the same as the first that I saw in person, and the first most talented rookie I saw in the league when they got to the league, because that's different. So I'll address both. Okay, because that's why we say the game within the game, family. Okay, I will say Michael Jordan was the most impactful rookie coming into the NBA. I'd say make the biggest splash, and but the most talented rookie I've ever seen in person to his talent was Kobe Bryant.
Kobe was that dude.
No, you want to talk about the difference between Kobe and Melo to me is that Kobe didn't grow up with an older brother named Lonzo. Okay, who was an unbelievable, who had unbelievable talents and feel for the game of basketball. So Kobe from the jump was from a little dude was on. I'm a scorer. I'm about getting them buckets. There's a story about Kobe when they won their first championship that came out about him and Brian Shaw, who is now the current coach of the Ignite team and that Jalen Green is playing on in the G League. He talks about when he met Kobe for the first time. He was an 8-year-old in Italy, and Brian Shaw was playing in the Italian league at the time. And he said Kobe would play bigger boys one-on-one of halftime as some of the entertainment, for the game. That he would challenge bigger people and beat them. And the crowds just loved it. He said Kobe challenged him. Now he's a pro. He'd been in the NBA. He said Kobe challenged him to a one-on-one when he was 8 or 9 or something like that. So clearly Kobe was on that Mamba mentality from very early on, whereas Melo has always had a divided mind. He's clearly uber talented and can score on all the levels, but he also grew up with a big brother who was a facilitator and one of the best to ever play the game for feel of the game, his instincts for the game, and his ability to pass and all that the next level. Melo had that, so he's trying to be his big brother and also trying to be who he feels he is, which is who he said. My mom and daddy raised a killer.
Talk to him, coach.
Yes, and I see somebody said a couple of people said Magic. Okay.
They said
Magic
Kareem as
won
well.
and Kareem. They said talented. They didn't say successful. Magic wasn't a more talented NBA player than Michael Jordan, and never in his career. And Magic will tell you that.
Coach Lewis, thank you for the $5 super chat to help grow the nation. Says, Coach, did you see that Curry at the end of the game was not happy because he knew that Terry and Melo got hot and it would be a closer game?
To be honest, I didn't see Steph and the guys interact. I only saw one interaction, and that was Melo and Draymond, because I was still on the stream and I was answering questions and we were closing the show out. So I didn't see it. I can't speak.
And the great part about Kobe, because I'm seeing a bunch of Magic Johnsons and Kareem, and I understand that, but Kobe came out of high school as a rookie to have all that skill set, the handles, the explosion, mentality, aggression. The only person that stopped Kobe was Dale Harris.
The NBA.
The NBA, most importantly.
That's why I made a difference between the NBA and talent.
And you know what's so amazing what LaMelo's doing?
Yes.
There are times when his teammates are looking him off, not trying to get a good shot. I was disappointed in Miles Bridges. I saw it today. I know Miles doesn't usually do that, but I did see some looking off.
You mean that three he took and Melo was behind him telling him to pass the ball? Yeah, I know.
Right.
I saw it too. And I didn't say anything. I see all of it, and I don't say anything about most of it because and you notice, DJ, I never talk about that, Herb. If you notice, I don't. And the reason I don't is because that's the hierarchy of the game, and I stay out of it. And it'll shake itself out. See, the players are the first ones to know who's the most talented. see, they know before anybody else who the best is. And I know that. And they know who the suckiest is too, who ain't shit, and who they're on some other shit. They know that too.
Coach, I don't want to be that guy, but when I saw one of the Martin twins start, I ain't gonna lie, I was like, shoot, they ain't gonna win this game. I know it's not right to do, and I looked at that lineup, I saw no size. Looney was playing. And speaking of Looney, no one talks about Kevon Looney, but he's been playing really well for the Warriors, and that's why he's starting. He does what the Warriors need him to do: hit them screens, be tough, scrappy, and get the rebound to help push transition. That's what he does. Because I see a lot of people in the comments say, why is Wiseman not starting? Wiseman doesn't. I don't want to go there, but I have to. He doesn't really do what the Warriors want him to do at all. Offensively, he's got the athleticism, meaning Wiseman, strength, power, but he's not going to do the little things that Looney does. And I told the Warriors fans before the draft that the Golden State Warriors do not value the big man at all. They just want them to do a couple of things right to fit their system. Paige says I said the same thing, DJ.
I see it just a little bit different, DJ.
Oh, I would like to hear.
Yeah, I see it a little bit different. I think they value the big man greatly. And I think that's why Kawhi Looney is starting over a more physically talented and young rookie. Is because the system that they run there, the bigs have to they have great responsibility in making and helping Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson get open for them open looks and all that running around they do. They can't have nobody in there, and I agree with you when I share your view when you say that about Wiseman. He's not a good fit for them. He's not. See, because he's too talented for that role. The center position requires such discipline. He's too young as well to be able to handle those responsibilities. They tried. He started in the beginning, but he couldn't do it. He's a rookie. He ain't gonna do it. He don't even know what to do. Kawhi Looney is a professional, high-level basketball player. He shoots a great percentage. He can shoot, and for his size and what they want him to do, he can score on the post. And now he's got a little 15-footer. He rebounds the basketball. He plays great position defense. He ain't never doing nothing that you don't expect him to do. And that's what breeds success is the consistency, that the players on the floor all know what each other are doing. And not going off the reservation, okay? And the Warriors, because of how they deploy Steph and Klay, they have two Reggie Millers and Rip Hamilton offenses going on at the same time. Remember, Detroit used to do that with Rip. He used to run all game long, running people off screens, running all over the goddamn place, catching and shoot. Reggie Miller did that. Well, the Warriors took it to a new level. They got two dudes to do that. So who's important? The two big dudes, center and the power forward. They got to set great screens. They got a perfect trigger man to get it going in Draymond. So yes, I see what you're saying, and I share it. But I think on the other hand, I think that they greatly because Draymond Green's basketball IQ is off the charts. His will to win is off the charts. His ability to sacrifice for the team is off the charts. See. You feel me?
Right. But yeah, I was really impressed with Looney, man. I see why he's the starter.
I love Kawhi. He's from Long Beach too, by the way.
Yeah, he is. Didn't he play for UCLA?
Long Beach State, I think. No, UCLA. No, UCLA. You're right. You're right. Because you need those kind of guys on your team.
Right.
All successful teams have to have those kind of guys on your team. If you don't have those kind of guys on your team, you cannot win in this league. See? And if you notice, they show up on the great teams all the time. They just show up they just somehow end up on the team. Lakers last year, Alex Caruso. The dude on the floor, whenever he's on the floor, he always seemed to be at the right place at the right time. He make the effort plays. He don't make a lot of mistakes. And don't care about nothing but doing that. The Warriors, when they on all cylinders, they got two people that do that. Kevon Looney and Draymond Green. Man, that's a beautiful thing.
It sure is. Gordon Hayward, I was disappointed in his play to be paid what he's been paid, $120 million. I want to see more from him, but I'm not really seeing it.
Yeah, Gordon Hayward to me is what he is. This is how he's playing is what I expected. Uneven. Okay, I'm just hoping against hope that he doesn't get hurt and end up out the season and missing significant time, because that's been his MO as well. So yeah, I'm only looking for with this organization is the moves that they make at the trade deadline will give me an idea of where they're thinking about what direction their franchise is going in. If they're going to stay the course and keep and do the little JB show, or if they're going to go in to pivot and go in a different direction, the Melo show. That will tell me at the trade deadline what they do, because they've got some decisions to make financially, and they're still a small market team.
Yeah, they gotta make some moves, Coach.
Well, no, they have to. You know, whether they want to or not, they're going to be forced. They got to do something with Devontae Graham. They got to decide to pay him or not. And if they decide to pay him, what role is he going to play? Is he going to be continue to be low JB's pet? Or is he going to take a reduced role like he's supposed to and go to the fucking bench? Okay, anybody can see that. Okay, and that role has already been defined in the NBA as a valuable role. What the hell are we talking about? That's a valuable position. Lou Williams had already cemented it in the NBA. Jordan Clarkson is right now starring in that role. What the hell are we talking about?
Coach,
this is stupid.
We're gonna see the true attention, the true motives. I already see it, but the whole world will see once Devontae Graham comes back. Because when he comes back, he will be taking his shots and he will be starting. This is James Brago's guy. LaMelo Ball was never James Brago's guy.
No.
Even after the record-breaking numbers, triple-doubles, most coaches would just go out of bat for their players. But when I seen that James Brago wouldn't even fight over a call for him, I said, this coach don't respect him. He don't appreciate what he has. Same thing with Del Harris back in 96. A coach who knew the Lakers were not ready to advance in the playoffs. They had Shaq in a couple pieces, but they just mentally weren't ready. All that time, you could have had Kobe ready for the future even more. But Kobe took it upon himself that I'm going to do it my way. And I'm not going to let any of these narcissistic coaches control my game. That's what LaMelo's doing. LaMelo had in this game, you're going to like this, coach, what I'm about to say. LaMelo Ball had 22 points, 6 assists, 7 rebounds without having plays scripted for him. Teammates licking him off, especially down the stretch. All of his points come organically. This is when you know a young player is great. No matter what they do, try to stop progress, stop his development. He's still swinging. He's still talking shit every time he makes a three. And that's the energy I like. Quell Davis, the other team gave up on him. They did. LaMelo was the only one out there trying to win the game. Everybody else was looking like they were ready for their off day. That's the difference between a winner and a loser.
Well, DJ, that was yeah, my brother, you hitting it, you smoking, brother, you cooking. See, let me tell you let me share with you guys what I see here. To me, situations are always in flux. Teams are always in flux. They're either going up the ladder or they on their way down. And then some are just clocking time, right? Just staying in place. They ain't doing that. Just, nothing exciting, nothing that anybody wants to write home about, nothing of any significance, just same old, same old. Okay. The Hornets are one of those teams. The same old, same old. They ain't really going down. They ain't really too much going up. They kind of just clocking. Then Melo comes along. And Melo brings a whole nother rhythm to this thing. A whole nother pace and energy to this thing. And it requires them to be better in all facets. When at the end of championship runs, you hear the speeches, and you hear the front office and the people who worked in the front office, and they say we thank the front office, and we thank the executive staff, and this one and that, and then the coaches and the trainers and the custodians. Everybody in the organization pulling in the same direction energetically in what they're doing in their mission. Synchronicity happens. If you have the right talent, little luck happen, get one of them generational ones, man, you can really strike gold. But if you ain't never been down that, and you don't have that no vision for yourself like that, and it drops in your lap, and you're not prepared for it, this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. Disjointed, uneven, agendas, conspiracies, because ain't no synchronicity going on. JB's right. It's being made up on the fly. And the person who is the best player, the most indispensable player to this menagerie is a 19-year-old who the coach admittedly has said, I don't know what to expect out of him. Remember, I keep telling you, this is a league of consistency. Teams that know what everybody gonna give them before the ball is tossed up. What you can pencil in, the more things you can pencil in, the better your team. The most valuable player on this team, the most gifted person on this team, the only facilitator on this team, the best ball handler on this team is a rookie that's 19 years old, who you don't know from game to game. You don't have trust or belief from game to game what he's going to give you. Although anybody that's been watching knows what Melo did tonight, he can do this in his sleep every night if JB gets out of his way.
Did y'all just hear that from Coach? He can do that in his sleep.
Every night, effortlessly. At his own speed and his own pace. He shot 3 for 18 from three tonight. He shot 3 for 18 last night. He's somewhere in the since he's been starting in over the 40% or very near the 40%, 38 or something from three, which is elite. What the narrative was he can't shoot. So JB, these are the people that don't know what he can do. They don't have any sight. They refuse to believe what they see, and then they let their minds get clouded with the noise. LeVar Ball said that Lonzo, his son, is better than Steph Curry. Boo hoo hoo. That means we can't trust nothing he say. I mean, how uncultured, how juvenile, how uncouth, how just full of crap is that to be holding on to that? With all of what these boys are doing, and that's what you holding on to. You clutching that piece of manure for life. You're holding on to that and sinking. Because what are we hearing? The barbarians at the gate. So what they doing? Apologizing left and right. Well, woo, man, that was a doozy I wrote, huh? I heard this one reporter saying, man, wow, every time Melo has a good game, y'all retweet this article that I wrote before the draft. Wow, you guys are something else. No, yeah, right. Yeah, you damn right they are. This is the universe you live in today, Buster Brown. You don't control the narrative. New media is here.
Talk to him, Coach.
See, it's a new day. It's a new day, a new sheriff in town. Now, when you write that bull crap, that bias, narrow-minded, judgmental bull crap that you write to vilify and crucify people who ain't did nothing to you except try to live their dreams, now you get back, Buster Browns. Now you can't do that shit in anonymity anymore. You can't sit in your little ivory towers and write that unadulterated bullshit with no consequences. That man said every time he opens up his Twitter, every time Melo plays, and we see that since Melo been starting, he's been putting up these numbers pretty much every night in his sleep. This man got to open up his Twitter and see new media, and those that love new media are reminding his ass every moment. Hey, buddy, what they really saying to him is, you are trash. You do not deserve that position that you have. You are not there to report the facts and the objective. You are there to push an initiative and a narrative that is about division, and you don't care who it hurts. As long as you can go home and feel good in your ivory tower that you built. You bastards.
Coach, your mic was going off, and I could tell you was turning up.
Oh, you already hear that, huh?
Yeah. Just come off and I'll put you back in. Yeah. Boy, Coach was cooking up a storm, man. Y'all hit that like button, man. We bringing you the barbecue early today, man. You back in, Coach?
I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
See, that's why I'm against this so much. And I'm going to be against it with all of my beingness, wherever I see this type of hypocrisy, this type of bull crap that destroys people's lives and fractures families for no reason other than you feeling good about your smallness. Because you ain't great at shit. You can't even regurgitate and report what you see. You got to put all this extra nonsense on it and try to pass it off as something that means something and that's real. And now you getting called to the carpet for it. So that's right. I hope you open that Twitter up tomorrow or tonight and you just love seeing these articles and people reminding you, you low down, dirty scum of the earth, purveyor of trash, trying to destroy this family and be a part of people trying to destroy this family for them living their dreams. And this is what this country is supposed to be about. People living their dreams and not hurting nobody. And this is what he gets on a daily basis. Unanimity bullshit. New day. Ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. And in the words of Bernie Mac, we ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
Coach. Man, y'all getting the best content around. This late, y'all get those likes up, man. We coming with the heat, man. Welcome to the barbecue. New Media Nation United. We're a family, and we're all in this together. You know, this is just like the damn Matrix. One side is everything's okay. It's not as bad as what it seems. And then the other side is reality. We see the reality with the Hornets. No matter what folks may tell us that the Hornets are 15 and 17 are not that bad. They're still in a running for the playoffs in the East. Yada, yada, yada. But for us who observe basketball, who know the game, there's a lot of stuff I could pick apart on this team. There's no identity on offense. It's too isocentric. A lot of players do not know how to stick with a role. You will see small forwards, power forwards, and even sometimes centers on the Hornets doing too much, dribbling up and down the court. But it should be only the guards doing it most of the time. You got Gordon Hayward at times wanting to be a point guard. This is buffoonery on a basketball court. A clown show at times. It's fun because, let's be honest, Lamelo plays on the team. But, Coach, if Lamelo was not drafted on the Hornets, where would the Hornets be right now?
Well, if they didn't get if they weren't replacing him with Halliburton, who I think is the deal, I think he can play.
Yeah, he can play.
Yeah, he can play. And he has a game that that like Melo is multifaceted approach to the game. So if they didn't get somebody like him, they wouldn't. I'll tell you this much: there's when the second half of the schedule just came out, the Hornets went up in national televised games. They increased their visibility. That is only going to help their franchise. So, you know, as the stock market folk would say that the Bulls are running right now with the Hornets. What can you say? I mean, you know, you say they don't have an identity. You're right. They don't. They won't. I like. For me, I say they won't accept their identity. Their identity is Melo Ball. Somebody in the chat said, I can't. It went by me too fast. Said Melo has now 10 20-point games. Remember, I read you guys that stat that it's rare for rookies to have 10-point games consistently. He having 20-point games. He doing double what the average is. See, so that's why I'm at with it.
They're saying you speaking that truth, Coach. Coach Joe, the identity of the team is there. They just don't realize it because
No,
they're
I
so
think no, DJ, they do. That's why they doing all this bull crap, trying to mask like they ain't doing nothing.
right.
That's why it's pissing us off because we can see it. They acting like, no, we close everything. We great. Everything is wonderful. We love Melo. Melo's great. And then we watch them play, and we know those of us that play ball know what is that? Well, what's that? Wait a minute. Why did he do that? Wait a minute. This is the third game in a row. This dude doing the same thing. Wait a minute. This dude ain't interacting with Melo at all on the court. He don't get five. He don't talk to him. Wait a minute. Dude, are they even teammates? We seeing what's going on. They telling us mess that we know ain't true. And the media is reporting it as if it's true. And we know it's not.
Boy, this team is so stubborn, Coach. Like
it's reflecting JB, my brother.
There's so many teams. If they had LaMelo Ball, a player that can stir the pot, like with all the ingredients, most good coaches who are not egotistical would let LaMelo cook. I'm surprised. I'm gonna be honest. I'm surprised, and I'm not surprised at the same time because of the skill level of LaMelo. But if you would have told me that LaMelo would be averaging these points as a starter, I think 19, 9, and 9 in his 11 starts, am I correct, Coach?
You absolutely are. Facts.
I would have been like, man, that's impossible with this coaching staff. But for some reason, LaMelo makes a way. And you look at the stat sheet, and he has 20-plus points, couple dimes, a couple rebounds, a couple steals and blocks. And, Coach, remember those people that said that the Chino Hill system wouldn't work? It was funny that the that the Hornets were trying to do that with that pressing and up tempo at the end of the game. The bad thing was it was too late.
And why you think it was too late, DJ?
Oh, because of stubbornness. They knew they could have done that early.
Melo started doing it on its own, and then they followed.
Oh, that's even better explanation. That's even better.
He started running around. He started putting more pressure, and he was under that battling for rebounds. He picked up a foul under there, like trying to bully people to get the ball out and all that. He was like the energizer, but like, no, we can't lose.
Right. The tone setter. LaMelo's a tone setter, man. I don't care what they say. He's a tone setter. And I hope that LaMelo can win a skills challenge. And I hope the NBA doesn't screw LaMelo Ball of the Rookie of the Year and take away the moment. Because this young man has been disrespected all through the season, before the draft, questioning him. Is he ready for the NBA? Is he mentally ready for the league? All that type of crap. Act like he's never been through adversity, which is a crock of shit. When you're a young man and you're 16 years old, when LaMelo was 16, of course, you're playing overseas in the cold of Lithuania. Teammates don't even like you. Coach is doing everything to make you look bad. And you have to tough it out. And you have to keep playing. And you cannot quit, because if you quit, then it looks bad. He was going through all that type of shit, and he still stood tall.
DJ, let me just interject this, please, for a
Yeah.
second. While you cooking, while all of your peers are back home living like you would like to live.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead.
That's the point right there. The same folks that was talking that mess about LaMelo were living comfortable while having the nerve to call LaMelo privilege. Yes, his family has money, but shit, you act like nobody can go through stuff. I'll tell you one thing, Coach. I have a ruling class mentality, but shit, if I was 16 years old and I had basketball talent like LaMelo, I wouldn't have handled that. So that takes a lot. Always complaining, always saying LaMelo's immature and stuff. He was 16. We were all immature at 16 years old. Yeah, shout out to Jermaine Jackson, man. Jermaine Jackson was there from the jump. Always by his side, giving him advice. He helped him through this transition of getting back on the map. And can you believe? I could believe it, because I just know how shady ESPN is. LaMelo joins the JBA. Everybody takes him off the rankings, draft. They put him as undrafted. A 6'6" guard out of high school. And then he went to Spire and got a number 32 overall ranking for the NBA. And the ESPN disrespected him again, ranking him number 22 in high school. Now, I know there was no way in hell that there was 22 players better than LaMelo Ball out of high school. He almost averaged a triple-double, and LaMelo was so good that teams were backing off. Great teams, by the way, were backing off playing Spire. Legendary teams. Oak Hill. This is a wonderful thing, Coach.
See, DJ, you firing, brother. And what you just finished saying was so fire, brother, and just the truth. I mean, with all of this evidence that has been available to all for all to see, what you just finished stating, this wasn't hidden. You didn't have to sacrifice and go through all kinds of stuff to get this information. This was available. But people who have an agenda refuse to acknowledge it. They see it as well as we do. They know all the stuff that Melo is doing. Don't think that these people, in my view, I don't think that these haters, these folk, don't know what they're doing and how they're behaving. Most of them is it's not a good look, and it doesn't feel good. It don't feel good. They're angry at something and they're directing their anger at something and somebody's who have nothing to do with their anger. And their anger is not going to stop Melo from being great. We saw another episode of the Melo Show tonight. Can't wait for the next episode of the Melo Show. Okay, and me and I don't know how many others feel all over the world feel the same way. And so I love that line you said. How you gonna be in Lithuania freezing your ass off? Okay, wishing you was back home with your friends and your family and all that kind of stuff. Yet you over here dealing with all this adversity and this nonsense from all of these adults who's supposed to be above all acting like kids are just doing the opposite of that, trying to make your life a living hell. Like, how dare you? And like, you really had to some say so, and it rolling the way it did. Like, you don't have your parents, and you're not a minor, and you don't have to abide by. I mean, come on, man, this stuff is so ridiculous. It's just ridiculous because it has no legitimacy on any of the merits. And that's where we are in the world and in this country. Why I love this new media, hashtag new media, so much is because we as the people need to start turning the tide in this and expecting and holding the people who we are helping make money and grow. I mean, I paid for this league pass. This wasn't free. Okay, now I'm not streaming my games on some of the other streamers where it's free. It's not. I paid money for this. And a lot of people got some of that money. The cable company got some of it that I'm with, along with the NBA. And why? To see Melo and Lonzo. I was already getting the Lakers. I didn't need league pass to get the Lakers, my favorite team. Have to spend no money, no more than what I was already spending. See, this is on the merits ridiculous. And we need to help continue to bury this ridiculousness by demanding in the things that we pay for and the things that we engage in our system are held to a standard that is befitting of what we expect and spending our time with them and spending our energy with them because we have options. So that's what this is, holding them accountable. No, you can't be purveyors of lies and all this nonsense and treat us like we are some kind of people that are reduced in our ability to understand and to ferret out nonsense and lies and see equivocation and duplicity and all this nonsense. We see all of this stuff and we're saying we're not accepting it anymore. Not with basketball, not with football, not with soccer, not with politics, not with none of this stuff no more. It's over. And we're starting with the balls.
Man, Flames All Night by Coach Joe. And y'all got to tune into Coach Joe's Beyond the Desktop. Y'all want to hear about gems in the game within the game? Coach Joe's series is the number one ticket on this show, man. That thing, Coach Joe, I rewatch the game within the game Beyond the Desktop series.
Thank you, my brother. Appreciate that.
I'm trying to learn, man. I'm trying to learn. Life's about learning. That's why you got to keep thinking. You live for a long time when your brain thinks, when your brain will keep working and always thinking about the next thing. That's how you stay alive in this world. So remember that, everyone that's listening. Be Good to Life says DJ a real team and a coach with Melo on their team in a series about making the playoffs would try to get a big man to compliment his style. Exactly.
And to his point as well, thank you for that, family. That's why I said earlier, I'm watching the deadline. and see what kind of moves they make. Because that will let us know what their intentions are going forward.
Right. Coach, look at this right here. Quell Davis says LaMelo could have went for 35 if coach and the team was with him. I truly believe it. He could get 30 every night
Facts.
if the team bought in. Too
Facts.
much pride. Gordon Hayward,
Facts.
Malik Monk, all those players, man. And I don't give a damn about them saying LaMelo's a cool guy. They're trying to do that to have less media pressure because LaMelo has a big fan base. So, of course, they're going to say, yeah, we love LaMelo, but we're not there behind the scenes in practices. We're not there. But LaMelo could have 30 every night. I'm saying I don't give a damn if he's 19 years old. I'm not exaggerating. From the film I watch, LaMelo could get 30 plus every night. For those who are listening, is LaMelo Ball having a green light like Trae Young and Luka? Hell no. So that's how I know it can happen. Elijah Shaw says he had 10 in the first quarter and missed 3 shots that could have been makes. And then stop going to LaMelo. You saw that, Coach? Stop going to the well.
Absolutely. That's what we were speaking about earlier. Absolutely. It's frustrating to sit and watch this nonsense play out. However, I have to just, always reiterate, family. The player stuff will work itself out. That's a world within itself. And there's hierarchy to that. And that's to Melo's benefit as well. Okay, he must not skip the steps either. Part of being a leader in next generation is winning over your teammates in a substantive way, in the real way. You'll play. So as Melo continues to do what we're saying, and we see it, they will come around because that's the world that they live in. It's based on that premise. Can you hoop? Not all that social media stuff and the noise around it. That stuff don't mean jack to when it comes to between them lines and how you gonna act when it comes to that deal. No, it's are you that dude? And Melo's that dude, and all you gotta do is just keep being that dude, and they'll come. The players always come around. Family first. It's them folks that are outside of the players who throw all that influence in and screw up the soup. It's that, my mama used to say, boy, get out of here. I'm in here cooking. You in here you in the way.
Right.
You in the way. Too many jokers in the kitchen screws up the soup, man. Get out. We don't need all y'all in here. And that's what you're saying about the ball handling. We don't need all y'all dribbling the ball. Stop. Get out. We got enough people to dribble the ball.
And Coach, shout out to Ray to the GOAT, man. This had to be said. He says LaMelo got 10 points in the first quarter, then got no touches because Rozier and Malik Monk ball hogging to the end of the fourth, where he started scoring again. Ball hogging. That's what's going on.
Facts.
Plain and simple.
Facts.
Everybody want to be the top dog.
Facts. That's right. And Melo got to overcome that. And he will. Because they're already doing it. Those of us, let's be honest with this deal, right? We're always being truthful, right? Not so long ago, he was sitting on the bench, and we were saying, man, when they gonna just let him play? And now we're saying, man, 22, 7, and 8, and 4, whatever, man, that's in his sleep. Well, why are we saying that? Because we've been watching it. We've been watching it. It's been beautiful. It's been beautiful. I loved it today. Nothing like seeing Melo in Steph's house shooting them long missile threes that Steph used to shoot from the Golden Gate Bridge. Man, that's a beautiful thing, man, to me. Melo's come a long way, baby. He's in there trading buckets with Steph tonight, man. Come on, first to many. That's a beautiful thing, man. So I ain't gonna let them shines take that away from me. I'm not gonna let them take that away from me. I'm gonna talk about it as a fan, and I'm gonna give them the heat like I did tonight. But where I'm gonna rest at is that our boy is the deal, and I'm so happy about it. I'm gonna smile all the way the rest of the night about that. Before I go to bed, I'm gonna just go on my little threads and read about all the people who then came back to the light. See Melo for who he is. I want to hear him. I forgive him for some of them, not all of them, but some of them I know. Y'all got caught up like what Biz Marquis say? They caught the vapors. Yeah, they got caught up in the vapors. So I understand you got caught up in the vapors. You didn't see the light. Now you didn't came back. That's okay. I'm not gonna be so hard on the dudes to go out in public and say, "Hey, look, I effed up. I screwed up to the world," and they put it in print, and you can read it over and over again. I'm good with that. I think you made a little bit of contrition. You realized how stupid you was acting, and now you're gonna act differently. But JB, I gotta tell you, man, some of them dudes, man, to be on the 3-point conversion, man. I heard one of them. I told you about Rod Boone, man. This dude was saying them talking points, man, on a podcast, man. Little JB's talking points. I was like, what? I went back. Did he just say that Melo only played 12 games in Australia? Who the hell did I hear say that? That's the talking point from JB to justify why he jerking Melo around. No, Rod, you ain't doing this outside of that thing, are you? Yeah, he is. So now I know when I listen to that dude even more. I was already suspecting him as an agent, but so now I know he is.
Rob Boone's with someone else. He ain't with 3-point.
No, I'm saying when he's on the and when he's I watch it on those interviews on 3-point. So he's always in the queue.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, all the reporters are in the queue, but I usually just watch the interviews through their feed.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I was like, wow. But he said some complimentary things. I got to give him full disclosure. He said some complimentary things, but the fact that he was talking about all that, he actually said that he didn't think Melo should be starting. That he thought that he was buying into the whole JB thing about the rookie wall and not burning him out and all that kind of stuff. Like we talking about pitchers and pitch count in Major League Baseball. I mean, guys, have y'all ever heard this type of crosstalk before in your life? Look how far they go to justify just plain old hate for LeVar. Well, we got to worry about the pitch count. Really? I thought this was basketball. I thought the rookie wall and all that been happening for 50 years or whatever. I thought that's just a natural process that every rookies go through, and you just do it and keep doing it. It ain't a big thing. It don't really stop nothing. It may make things hit a little speed bump or slow it down for a minute, but the great ones just keep on ticking. I mean, haven't we seen that? What are they talking about? Pitch count, his minutes up. What? This is how far they're going, guys. They bringing shit into this that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. And trying to justify it as this is real basketball talk. This is really about Melo's well-being. We're looking out for Melo. I love that kid. Well, look, how about a little less love and a little more getting the hell out the way? How about that? We'll take that. Pass.
Real. Shout out to Drop the Mic, man. He said, well, what's good, fellas, man? It's all good, my brother, man. Hope all is well with you. Elijah Shaw said something so key. He said, quote, if you notice Steph, the Greek freak, Luka can just drive, shoot as much as they want. And that's how they pad their stats, while LaMelo is being held back and is still putting up points. Bingo.
Facts. From my view, I see that as well. I just see them not as padding and stacking people you named as just that's just their game. That's how they play, and they're allowed to play. See, guys, for me, I will never come down on the players like that because I know that there's so much infrastructure behind them that's pushing the certain narratives, and it's hard when you're young and you're trying to find your way in new pastures to navigate all this shark water. It's hard to do it perfectly. But that's just their game. This is the freak. This is what the Greek freak can offer us now. He can't offer us nothing else, guys. This is it right now. He ain't all of a sudden gonna start shooting threes or mid ranges or turning into AD. No, 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 no. This is it right now. That's all we're gonna get.
Coach Miles Bridges just went off on Instagram on the Warriors commentators.
Oh, good. What'd he say?
He said, hating for no reason. Why you worried about a celebration shaking my head?
There we go. There we go. Again, moving the goalposts to justify their own smallness. I don't like that he doing that, so therefore it's wrong. Okay. How about just some metrics that everybody can agree on? Is his behavior and this behavior that we're speaking about, is it injuring people? No. Is it hurting people? No. Is it breaking the law? No. So what's the problem? I don't like it. Well, okay, we're in an adult world, so get over it and move on. It's a lot of things we don't like. But we have agreed that we will just move on with the things that we know that are not hurting folk. Except when it comes to the balls. They say this stuff like it's legitimate. How dare him call himself Lamelo? Really?
We cooking tonight, man.
Hey guys, family, how dare he call himself Lamelo?
They want him to change his nickname. I'm like, come on, man.
No. His name, Melo is in Lamelo. His name. That's the absurdity of it. It's not a nickname. It's his name.
It's part of his name.
Yes.
Melo.
Lamelo. I mean, come on, man. This is where we've got. This is how silly we've gotten. This is where they want us, guys. They want us to be so consumed with their nonsense and taking it serious, okay? Like it's on the merits that is serious. It's not. It's laughable. It's for us to point it out and laugh at this stupid shit. Because nobody in their right mind would take this serious. Nobody. Only somebody who, not really trying to be taken that serious and just planting a flag. I'm standing on Pastafarianism. Okay, all right. So they go to the DMV because they call themselves Pastafarians, and they wear strainers on their head. Now, when I was growing up, the strainer was only in the kitchen, and it was just for the pasta. Lo and behold, did I ever know that one day some people were going to turn that into a religion and then go to the DMV and get beautiful pictures of themselves with strainers on their head. And they're Pastafarians. I mean, dude, this is where we are.
They said Melo commented on that post.
What'd he say?
Well, that's what they said. I'm going to take a look at it.
Yeah, I mean, and you know what, DJ? Melo was so lighthearted on most of the stuff. Do you notice?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, because he's been dealing with it since he was a little boy. See, that's another thing you can't lie about. Experience. You either have it or you don't. You can't pretend to have it when you don't. And you can't pretend to don't have it when you do.
So
Gordon Hayward
says, Coach, Lamelo says, LOL gang, no. Been doing this since I was a jet.
Okay, there we go. See, I didn't even see the post. I knew he was. I'm not surprised. That's how he would feel. That's what I've seen of Melo. He grew up with older brothers. Anybody that's grown up with older brothers know that ain't that ain't calm waters that you deal with either. That and if they alphas on top of it, then it's gonna be a bit of a bumpy ride. Okay. There's gonna be some bullying going on. There's gonna be some crying and hurt feelings going on probably, and there's gonna be some having to overcome it as well.
BG Good 2's life says Melo have never had a rookie wall. The only wall he had was the coaching staff not getting him the damn minutes and touches.
Yeah, the JB wall. him and Tay up holding up a curtain.
the JB wall in full effect.
Yeah.
Oh shoot. Oh Lord, man. Man, this is beyond the cookout. This is the dessert.
Yes, all of it. You know what our cookouts, brother, we have it all. We had a main, we had a pre, the little salads and the little, the potato salad and all that. Then we had a meat, right? We got the main thing, the meat, the corn, and all that deal. And then later on, we got the homemade ice cream. We got the, the pound cake. We got the pecan pie. We got all of it. We got it all. This is how we roll. See? This is how we roll.
Get your plates ready.
Get your plates. We serving it all up.
You got that
we serving it all.
You got that one uncle that cooks really good. And he always say, "You fool?" Knowing
right.
damn well you fool.
What you say? My OG said, "Coach, can you fake it till you make it on top of it?" Then, well, I mean, hey, they say it, but the great ones don't fake it. The great ones, we talking about Melo, the great ones,
right?
And what we watching, he putting it down. Them other ones, I ain't wasting time with, guys. I'm sorry. When Melo, that's why y'all haven't heard me talk about my favorite team that much. They going through it. I'm leaving them alone. They'll find their way out of it. Them the grown men. Nothing for me to say that grown men should be doing. See, but in this case, we're talking about the process. We're talking about the young greatness. It's a beautiful thing. We love Melo. I love Melo ball, and I ain't ashamed of it. I'm proud of it.
See, that's what I respect about you, Coach. You let that shit be known. You be saying, hell yeah, LaMelo Ball is great. Yeah, he's a superstar. You saying he's a superstar before everybody else says he's a superstar.
Let me, when I saw that he had taken the next level, to be honest.
What was that?
When he was doing the real runs up at UCLA with all them pros, and he was up there with the ball in his hands.
Right. I saw a lot then. You know what's crazy, Coach?
Huh?
The teammates of his, because there was other pros on his team, they shared the ball more than his teams than his Hornets teammates.
Well, look. So the Rook family. So y'all understand what I'm talking about, okay? I'm talking about up at these runs that we're talking about that Melo was playing. You can find them on the internet. Rico Hines, a kid I've known for years, runs this now. Magic started it back in the day, and it's where he yeah, there you go. Thank you. And you can see these clips, okay? And all the pros are up there. Pros pros you don't know. These is pros up here. Okay, and he's teaching them and he's working with them. Melo was right up there with all of them. He was even on some of the videos pointing out Melo's commitment and how hard he was working and serious he took it. See, y'all can't talk shit to me. These shines. That's why I'm so strong with it. I know what I know. I see it with my own damn eyes. You can't fake this stuff. Rico Hines and them up there are not wasting their time with no mother jumper who thinks he's something in his head. You better be the deal, okay, elite level when you go and play in certain circles. Otherwise, they not accepting you. You ain't gonna do it. Ain't no entree. Ain't nothing about no you have a rights. Ain't no rights. The right to get your ass kicked. It's the only right you got in them worlds. See, Melo was up there amongst those dudes, putting in work. So then he come back to NBA. Now, and who you think was telling? What you think them dudes was telling when they was playing with Melo this summer? What you think they was saying amongst themselves? That he's trash? That he ain't no good? That the media's right? No, they wasn't saying none of that shit. They saying what we all hear him saying now. We knew it alone. We knew it when we first saw it. Well, we knew it. You know, we were just waiting to see it. I told you what Joe Johnson said on the podcast of Up in Smoke with Matt Barnes, who was critical of LeVar, by the way, and owes LeVar an apology because he has sons going through. Because he has sons right now that's going through the process right now. So we all watching what you doing now, and we're gonna want to see if your sons, if we lucky to be around, gonna be 2 and 5. I mean 2 and 3.
Yo,
See,
Coach, before you go on, I want to make an important part, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
See, this is why
we flowing tonight.
We never grow within the community on greatness. LeVar started the JBA, he started Big Baller Brand, and all you heard was critique, and some shines within our community would do it more than white folks.
Facts.
But then claim that they're the voice of our people. It's the totalitarian complex disorder that's ruining shit. We can never have good shit because people want to do their own thing and don't want to work together. They're jealous because someone is shining.
Yep.
So since someone is doing it their own way, they want to take it down, or they do another variation of it, but it won't be as good enough. Okay, let me take this idea that LeVar is doing and do my own thing. But wait a minute, you just hated on him. That doesn't make sense. You said that he ruined his son's life. You said his career was over. He'll never make the NBA. I heard this. Now you take everything back because his son is balling and you kissing ass. Can't stand these turncoat, shameful snakes. That's what they are.
Mm-hmm. Facts. I love when Colin Cowherd had to tell the world he was wrong.
Oh, I love that too.
I loved it. Okay. He said, he came out and just said, well, I love the fact that he was just honest. I thought it was all just LeVar talking. That's basically what he said. And I was wrong. And Joy let him have it. She gushed over Melo so much. I bet he wanted to go. I bet he pooped in his pants. I bet it made his stomach bubble when Joy was going on.
Yeah, shout out to Joy Taylor.
Yes, because all he could see is just the retribution coming back at him. For taking that strong a stance. It's one thing to have an opinion. These people have had beyond an opinion. They've planted flags behind the idea that LeVar Ball is a bad parent and his sons would never amount to much. They were all gimmicks. That's what we were fed. All of us were fed that, who follow sports in the media. So it was uniformity they were doing it. Like DJ told y'all earlier, it was a blackout or a whiteout, whatever you want to call it. they had Lamelo all over the place. Never seen. I've been watching these rankings and been around this stuff for a long time. I ain't never seen. I've seen players go from meteoric rises, like from nowhere to bam, like AD. But Melo start out as being great, all over the place. Next thing you know, and no, not so great. Well, wait a minute, hold on. Maybe we're just great on Tuesday. Well, wait a minute, not as great on Wednesday. Hey, wait a minute, hold on. Friday's a little different. Hey, how about the next Sunday? What? That is not how this thing has ever worked. There were people who were actually saying Nico Manning, whose dad played, and I understand why they thought he could be a pro because his dad played, okay, was saying that he was better than Melo. They couldn't wait till he got to the league to prove it. This dude is in the G League. Melo is dominating the Rookie of the Year league. How could that have changed that suddenly? Or maybe it didn't change. Maybe it was just what we're saying. A god doggone lie. That's what it was. It was prevaricating. These people were just prevaricating. They didn't like LeVar, and they had to make it make sense the way that they do. So they character assassinated them. And everybody uniformly repeated it.
Boy, this is the total gospel right now, y'all listening to. This is a sermon.
That's right. And I gotta say this, DJ, when the pros have said over and over again, the people who played the game for years have said over and over again, this dude is the dude. They've used words like superstar, all-star, one of the greats, amazing. I mean, but it's all a higher level stuff. None of it is. I haven't heard any other than that thing you said about that dude talking about Melo. I've heard some of them say that Melo stuff, and I just pay that no attention, to be honest with you. It's just white noise to me. Okay, it's, silliness, jealousy that really don't make no sense. But the any players of significance that you ask, I love listening to Muggsy Bogues, the former Charlotte Hornet 5'3" Muggsy from back in the day, speak on a podcast about Melo. It was beautiful to hear it. He played in the league for 10 or 12 years. That's 5'3". He don't know. So they not lying. But look at the system, guys. They won't play what they won't uniformly say what they're saying. They uniformly say what the other people are saying. The lie. It's unbelievable.
AJ Anderson spitting that fire. He says the media tried to make him out as a bad person. What has he done that is negative? He done nothing wrong that was negative. They hate power. They hate when brothers and sisters try to grow something out of nothing, man. You also said, why can't we celebrate with the father who wants his kids to shine? Because we all been programmed to self-hate. We self-hate and don't even know it. It's a world problem. Like Be Good Too says, Judas children when it comes to LaMelo. It's that Judas mentality, man.
DJ, can I say something really quick?
Yes, sir, my brother.
Family, there's been, we always talk about the game within the game, and we talk about, we always acknowledge when things are improving or things are moving, looks like they're moving, or we see something that looks like it's supposed to look. The Atlanta WNBA team just announced, ESPN just announced that they have the team has officially been sold. For those who don't know, the person that owned it was the former senator of Georgia, Kelly Loeffler. Okay, and she was she's a Republican politician who was very controversial in this last election that we had. Okay, and there was a runoff, and it caused such a stir that people started questioning whether she should own one of those teams. The players didn't like her, by the way. So they finally sold it. And it's been sold. And one of the owners is a former player, a sister, who becomes the first executive and part owner of a professional sporting team. And it's the WNBA that does it. And that's a shout out to Kobe, girl dad.
Shout out to the Mamba, RIP to Kobe. Man, it's still surreal thinking about that day. But shout out to the WNBA, those sisters. They putting on a show, man. I watch all good basketball. If it's good basketball on TV, I watch it.
Yeah, I hear you, DJ. I remember when I used to be like that, boy. I could just tell you it didn't matter, but things change and move in different directions, and you change with it. But this is my heart is just on fire. They're showing pictures they're showing video of her when she played. Renee Montgomery's her name. She played 11 seasons in the WNBA, and she's a 2-time champion. So she's accomplished as well. And so shout out to her and the rest of the group and for her being a part of something that is a monumental ownership in something like these leagues. I'm so overwhelmed.
Me too, brother. And
I just learned this, that other stakes. There have been other people who have stakes in minority, blacks that have minority stakes. They just showed that too. Little pieces like LeBron's got a piece of Liverpool, but he had to be brought in. But he got a piece of Liverpool.
Before I go, Coach, did you see that international soccer player?
Yes, I did say that, and I'm glad you brought it up because it was so disheartening. He played here in Los Angeles. To hear this brother spout this blatant foolishness. Yeah,
See,
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I hate these shines who come out here and tell other athletes how to act.
You might want to tell them what happened. Everybody may not have heard it.
Good point. So the soccer player that used to play for the LA Galaxy said that LeBron shouldn't be active, whether it's politics or speaking up for social issues, because you can't be as focused. He has to stay in his place. Zatlin is really from Europe. He has that European mentality.
Right. His name is Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Yes.
Yeah, that's who he is. And did you hear LeBron's response?
Where he said he would continue to speak up and speak out for any social injustice that's going on, that he won't change. He deserves to say that.
But not that part. The part where he hit back at the dude. Because remember, we talking about grown men here, and grown men don't usually take slights from other grown men laying down.
He says I'm the wrong guy to go at.
No, not that part. The receipts. See, LeBron always brings receipts when somebody go after him.
I'm trying to look more at these quotes.
He said, if I remember correctly, didn't he say some years ago that Muhammad Ali was his favorite player, his favorite athlete?
Yeah.
And what he liked most about him was his outspokenness. There it goes, right there. There it goes, family, right there. LeBron pointing out the game within the game. And the absurdity of it. Your favorite athlete is Muhammad Ali, and you telling me I should be quiet. There's nothing more to say.
Yeah, that's all that needs to be said, Coach. That's all that needs to be said, man.
I'm mean, it's laughable. It's just not. It's nothing. You know, to be mad at it. It's like, it's to accept it as a legitimate, in my view. It's not even legitimate.
The nerve of these people, Coach. I'm not a fan of folks telling people what to do. LeBron's a grown ass man. If he decides not to talk, that's his prerogative. If he decides to talk, that's what he does.
Hey,
But he need to worry about Europe, man, and stop worrying about American problems. It's
well,
different.
I mean, hey, you know, he getting ready to get that clap back. He asked for the smoke. He gonna get it. That's what I love about. That's what I love about sports too. Hey, you asked for the smoke. Remember, I said the other day it was controversial. I saw some people didn't like that I said it, but I'm gonna repeat it. Look, sometimes people just want to ass whooping. They just come to you and they just say, "Hey, will you beat my ass?" And you don't want to do it, but sometimes you know you just have to just beat their ass. Sometimes I don't know. Even he asked for an ass whooping. Okay, he didn't have to say that. He didn't have to say that. Anybody that know LeBron know you can't say things like that about LeBron and he's not gonna say something back. It's not happening. So he asked for this ass whooping he getting ready to get, like that reporter asked for the one he had. And when he wrote that shit about Melo being the Hornets shouldn't draft Melo under no conditions. And these people that say this, you know, Twitter, these people that say, you know, Melo is great despite his dad. Really, how does that work biology wise?
Oh, I think Coach went out. But yeah, LeBron James, man, he's a grown ass man. He can say whatever he wants. And Zatlin, whatever his name is, he need to worry about his own life. Even if you agree or disagree with someone, it's their right to free speech. It's LeBron's right to free speech, just like anybody else's right. And if he wants to speak out, let him be him. Let him do him.
Yeah, if you notice, nobody's saying, at least from us, we're not saying he shouldn't have said it.
Right.
He asked for the smoke. Now he getting ready to get it. I don't know. That's all I see.
That's all it is.
I mean, that's all I see. You know, he ain't a dumb dude. I mean, he a professional athlete too. I mean, come on, man. I mean, what are we talking about here? These ain't you know, this is silliness. He asked for the smoke and he just getting ready to get it. Just like the little reporter. I mean, he came out and did a hit piece on you know. I mean, these people. What I said. Look, when I made this point, guys, something kicked me out of here. Okay, that's why I just disappeared for a second. I don't know what happened. They maybe didn't want me to say this.
It's the weirdest thing, man.
But how the hell can somebody say with a straight face and then type this onto Twitter and then defend it that I didn't like Melo in some version of this statement. I didn't like Melo in the beginning, but I recognize that I was wrong. Okay, but I still don't like his father because he's had nothing to do with his success or what he's doing now. See, on the merits, that makes no sense. Lamelo came out of his seed came out of his body. There is no Melo without LeVar. There is no Melo without Tina. What are we talking about? Why are we accepting nonsense as sense? This is nonsense. To base your professional reputation on you know you're right because you don't like his dad and what he says, when your job is as an NBA reporter to evaluate the talent based on the talent. You do the opposite of that or something else, and then you justify it by saying, I'm right because I'm a reporter. I'm a reporter and I have a column, so I'm right because I say so. That's what it is. And that's what has to change.
And Coach, before I go, let me read this for BG Good 2. Says, DJ Coach, do you think Marcellus Wiley will ever give his opinion about LaMelo? Well, the network he works for, and just like a lot of these commentators, they do what they're told. See, instead of saving all the money he could just to create another sports platform, he's working for them. All this technology we got out here and tools, it befuddles me when I see them not put the money together. And I'm not counting his pockets or anybody else's. But I don't think they realize what type of impact they can make if they leave their non-black companies, which is ESPN, Fox Sports 1, and start their own sports network. Now, some are doing it, but we need a lot more. And I'm just going to end it off that. Coach, you need last words, Coach?
Well, hey, I just want to say to the room, family, thank you again for lending yourselves, especially those that came back who were on the thread earlier. We appreciate you so much here at New Media, DJ's Raw and Cut Truth, Nation United, and because this is about the family, this is about you guys, and so we appreciate you. Can't wait for the next installment, the next stream, whether we're gonna see Lonzo or we're gonna see young Melo Drip, but we're going to get it done. And to you, DJ, thank you so much, my brother, for providing us with the opportunity and the space to come together at DJ's Raw and Cut Truth, to stand for the truth and plant our flag. Hashtag New Media. Appreciate you, my brother.
New Media ain't nothing but the truth. It's a family. Y'all know what it is. Support the movement.